Hi golfers and welcome. I'm Coach Carolyn and today we're debunking something that you have heard so many times. Don't pick your head up. How many times have we heard this? What does it really mean? Why do we do it? How can we stop doing it? And why is everybody saying it? All right, so stop picking your head up. If I hear that one more time, I think I'm just gonna run off. I'm going to just go hide, throw my golf club in the bin. I don't want to hear that one more time because it's just so counterproductive to don't pick up your head. Like we ever decided to do that. Like you woke up one day and said, yep, I love it. I love this really uncomfortable feeling and the impact where I just go like this. I love it. Why don't we do this on a consistent basis? So I can't stand when somebody tells me this or when I hear somebody say this. Let's break down why it happens so we can fix it and we don't have to live with it or swing with it ever again. All right, so why are we picking up our head in the first place? It's pretty simple. We need to make room. That's why you're picking up your head. That's it. Your body is actually trying to help you. Trust me on this. It's trying to help you. It's not succeeding. It's not doing super well, but hey, it's A for effort, right? So what happens is that your body is doing one or two things. It's really doing one thing. It's trying to help you get under the ball, right? It's trying to get you to hit the ball. So some people are just hitting too far down on the ball, right? It's either because their ball position is too far back and then they're just catching the ball coming down, or it's because they're moving forward and kind of hitting down on it and they're not very good in their weight shift. It kind of means they're stacked and they stay stacked. So what would happen is, if I'm here, my body would start to bail out any time my weight is too far on my front foot in my backswing. Because if you think about it, I've broken this down in another video for you that you guys can go watch. I'll link it below, where I talk about the weight shift and the stack and tilt piece. So the stack and tilt swing I'm not a huge fan of it. If you are, that's fine. But this is my channel, so I'll talk about what I'm a fan of. You can put the other stuff on your channel if you'd like. Come for me, it's okay. But basically what I want to avoid for you guys and for my students is people doing this, loading their front foot too much in their backswing, because the downswing is designed for one thing. What is that, guys? Take a wild guess. It's designed to shift the weight forward. Okay, but if we're stacked and tilted and have our weight up here, then our weight is forward. It can't actually go forward. Nobody swings a golf club like this. I mean, hopefully. So if you have it on the front foot at the top of your backswing already and you're falling towards the target, there's a big likelihood your body is going to go backwards and jump out of it. And this is exactly what I mean with making space. See how my body's here and now it can't squat and kind of explode up. It's already in that squatty position. Now it's going to jump back. You're going to try to make room. You're going to try to lift the ball up. See how if I swing this way, the club would be heavily de-lofted. If I'm now kind of jumping back out of it and my head actually starts, working backwards, I can try to get more loft in the ball to hit it up. So that is why you're feeling that picky-uppy feeling. And we need to make sure we get to the bottom of why you're bailing out of it. Why are you jumping out of it? Why are you trying to give yourself space? Why don't you have any space? Usually it's a weight shift problem. So people that don't load into their back foot well, going back, and what I don't want you to do is load your right foot too much that you sway off and that the weight gets too far on the outside of your back foot. We want to make sure we keep that weight on the inside of our back foot, but we still feel like we're turning and we're shifting our weight on that inside of that trail foot right here. So the hip goes up, the weight goes 60% to 65% into the back foot on the backswing, because guess what, guys? Now we actually have the space to shift the weight over. Now we have it more on the right foot, on the back foot in this case. And now we can shift it over and now we can turn through. We don't have to bail out of it. We don't have to jump out of it. We don't need to actually make space. So I want you to really focus on your weight shift. Feel the ground underneath your feet. Feel if you're going back and through, back and through. It's a swing, right, guys? We want to swing the golf club. We don't want to kill it. We don't want to strangle it. We don't want to force it or, steer it. This is what we're doing. Sway, loosen up a little bit. And I'm not saying sway, but I'm saying shift your weight a little bit. There's a tiny weight shift. Load, 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 load. That's what we're doing, right? Great drill. You can incorporate this into your practice swing, and I highly, highly recommend you do this. Start the golf club out here. Why? It's because it gives you momentum and you can use the weight of that club head to bring you back and bring you through. So start out here, swing it back, load that right foot. Now at the top of your backswing, you can start loading into the front foot and going through. I'll show you the bad one again. It's this. This is bad. See how I start loading my front foot right away? This is good. See how at first I went back a little bit, through a little bit. So definitely next time, if you are unsure of why you're bailing out and why you're trying to give yourself space, make sure you're feeling that weight shift a lot better, and make sure you start with your club head out here. Again, we're learning, guys. We're learning the fundamentals of golf, and so many times, I would say 100% of the time actually, when I work with my amateur players, something in their fundamentals is off. Whether it's the stance, the width of the stance, the ball position, the weight in your feet left and right, the weight in the feet front and back, and the takeaway. And guys, at that point, you haven't, if it's the takeaway, it's the first foot of your swing, foot and a half, this. At this point, we haven't even swung the golf club. We've literally prepared, set up, and taken the club about a foot away. And most people, again, 99.9% of people that I see have at least 3 issues before they get past their right thigh in the golf swing. Think about that. Literally let that sink in. And here's the good news on this. The changes and the fixes for these mistakes set the wrong picture for the whole swing. However, they don't require any strength, any athleticism, or anything else that somebody wouldn't have if they're either younger or a child or older or a female. Any golfer can have a good setup, can have a good weight balance, can have a good takeaway. Every single one. That is the great piece about this, guys, and why I teach from the fundamentals outward and from the ground up, because you can do this. Everybody can do this. Everybody can build an efficient golf swing if we start from zero. What you can't do is look at the top of your backswing and say, oh, that doesn't look right. I want to feel this thing at the top of my backswing without touching anything that happened before. That's what we cannot do. We have to go to where it all starts. And it doesn't start with the takeaway. It starts with your setup and with the fundamentals, your weight, all of that. So, guys, thanks so much for being here. Make sure next time when you feel that little speed bump, you check your weight shift. You want to make sure that we're actually swinging the club, right? We don't want to be loading, tilting, and jumping out. We want to shift back and load our right foot, and then we want to come through. Let's hit a nice little loose ball for you to finish out this video. I'm going to feel my weight shift here. Oh, nice. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. This is what you have to do next time you go on the range if you feel like you're bailing out a little bit. And I hope now you understand why you're bailing out, so you can stop doing it. Thanks, guys. Subscribe, like, leave me a comment below how you like this video. Also, always let me know if you want to see something else. I'm here to help you. See you next time.